Hello, welcome back to My Fair Lady. I am Geeta Modi and I am bringing to you women with startups from this beautiful city of Surat. We had to do this episode on Zoom because my guest of today was not well. And as you know, during these times, we should give that space. So here we are on Zoom. My guest of today is a co-founder of Resolute Solutions. She carries an industrial experience of over a decade. She is also a challenge seeker and she has crossed many bridges with a lot of confidence and a lot of pride. My guest is also somebody who is an entrepreneur by choice, and because she is so happy and successful in this, she is just wanting more of it and wants to spread her wings to a whole lot of places. Let's hear about her journey from this amazing challenge seeker, Shalini Punjabi. Hi Shalini, welcome to My Fair Lady. So very pleased to have you here.
Hi, Geeta ji. Thank you so much for having me on your show. It's a real pleasure to be with you and interact with you one-on-one today. So yeah, I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Yes, let's begin. We want to start with your journey and we want to know everything that you have achieved till now. Let us know.
All right. So, as far as my entrepreneurial journey goes, it started way back in 2015. And since then my life is has gone a roller coaster ride every single day. So yeah, that's the excitement that entrepreneurship brings on the table for you. So yes, of course. As far as my academics is concerned, I am an MBA graduate from Symbiosis International University. And then, once I completed my graduation, post-graduation, I basically went on to, work with ICICI Bank in the corporate technology group. And it was a really, really good opportunity for me as a fresher. Okay. And then I moved on to doing a few other jobs for 5 years. And then in 2015, I started off with my entrepreneurial journey along with my husband. So basically, we have an IT company, and we are basically providing applications for the restaurant industry, particularly for the restaurant and the retail sector. So we have a homegrown software product of ours. And we've really got responses, and we've got clients across the globe. So it's been really good to in a 10-year-long profession that I have right now. It's been really good to be a part of, to be as an employee as well as an employer. So yeah, it's really good, exciting journey so far.
So what was the time when you decided that, okay, this is it, I want to do just this, I can do this all my life, and this is it, that moment when it all just, that realization just comes to you? When did you?
Right. So I'll be very honest with you. I, as far as my background is concerned, and I never wanted to become an entrepreneur, honestly. So I never wanted to marry a businessman. I never wanted to become an entrepreneur myself. But yeah, I mean, things changed. So after I got married, and my like I said, my husband already had an IT company of his own. So there were very many things which I could contribute to, and I thought my contribution would really help them and take the company to the next level. So that was the point wherein I really thought that okay, I mean, अब दूसरों के लिए काम करना बहुत हो गया. Let's do something for our own selves, and try to have this business as a family business and take it forward and do something really meaningful, and something that really helps someone. So yeah, that was the life-changing moment for me.
So that was after you got married. So in your company, like you've got right now the software for restaurant. So are you developing for other industries as well?
Primarily, Geeta ji, our focus is on the F&B sector. And we started a research, the product research way back in 2013. And it took about a good 1.5 years for us to develop and roll out the first version of the product in mid 2015. So it's the initial phase when we launched our product, and when we tried to get customer reviews. So actual journey began from that point in time, because until a software is actually being used by the target audience and by the target customer group, until then we really don't come to know about the loopholes of the software, or what good can we offer, or what is something that is lacking, and then what are the improvisations required. So essentially we started working and developing the product more and more after our first rollout in 2015. And since then it's been there have been developments in the product, and the team has grown from a 2 people team to a 15 people team now. And we've come a long way in terms of the fact that we've gone global with our product. So we're fortunate enough to have customers across the globe in places like Maldives and Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and also in South Africa, and in Saudi Arabia we just had our latest installations. So outside India also we've got some really good responses. And so we are on that path, and we want to go global, and that's the main reason. We want to just focus on what we are good at and what we've been learning for this MB space in the past 5 years. So switching industries is not something which we're really looking at right now. Primary focus would be to horizontally grow the products instead of vertically going across maybe a healthcare domain or maybe a travel domain. So that would never be on our agenda, but we would obviously want to have a wider gamut of products in our in our range, and so that we can offer more and more solutions to the F&B space primarily.
Okay, so can you share any customer of yours or any user of yours who is really known to the people and whom you are very proud to have got?
Yes, of course. We hail from Surat, and so I'll not go beyond Surat right now. So Cream and Crust, Cream and Crust Bakery. So so Cream and Crust Bakery, they are one of the oldest chains of bakery, 25 years old.
Yes.
So they are using our software, and the entire unit, the factory unit, all their outlets basically are governed by our software. They get periodic reports, and they're able to do a lot of things using our software. So yes, they are one of our very good clients. And secondly, I would like to name Ajay's Fast Food. So they're a small quick service joint. They focus on the college going students. Basically their focus is that, and they offer they just offer about 10 products in their restaurant, but they're doing really good, and they've expanded tremendously in the past 2 years. And we started off with them about a year back, and since then, about 40 plus outlets run on our software. So yes, they're one very good client we have.
Great. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? In how many countries? What is that goal which you all have kept?
Yeah. So I mean, we want to cover the globe. So we want to have that dot in each country wherein we can on the world map which says. Yeah, so of course that's the longer vision of it, but yeah, we on practical grounds, we really can't reach everywhere, because there are a lot of laws involved, and there are a lot of conditions and other terms involved which we really need to take care of before we enter a particular country. So yeah, at least I mean we are working with 5 countries right now. So yes, of course, we at least intend to double the number of countries, and at least have a presence in 10 plus countries. So yes, that would be the short term for sure. And yes, then we'll see how to take it forward from there.
Awesome. And how do you feel? Are you able to balance your work life and your family life and that whole, work-life balance? How does that happen?
That's a tricky one, honestly. And I'm one of those who really runs away from this question, because I mean, I am so sure that every woman out there must have faced this situation
Agree.
sometime in their life, that it's very difficult to actually have a balance.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it's about the choices you make and the priorities you set. So as need be. So work has its own priorities and home has its own priorities. So of course, you have to choose basically. So sometimes work is given more importance, and sometimes families is given more importance. So yeah, as need be, I go with the flow. I really don't. I really don't. Put any efforts to kind of, oh, I have to give so much time to my family. Oh, I have to give so much time to my work. I'm going with the flow. Yeah, so yeah, that's my agenda of maintaining the work-life balance.
Yeah, so whatever wants the attention first, depending upon the situation and the day,
Exactly,
what requires.
exactly. That's the way I take it. Yes.
Great. So, do you have any message you would like to give new entrepreneurs?
Yeah, I mean, see, entrepreneurship is never going to be easy. So, like I always say, and the single mantra that I follow is, you have to come out of your comfort zone. Okay, so there's nothing that one can achieve if one is in their comfort zone, and if they feel that things will come to them. Definitely, you have to go vouch for it. You have to go for it, and you have to actually passionately go for it. Just going for it is not something is that's going to help. So you have to passionately go for it, and never stop learning. That is one very important thing, because learning is something which has to be a continuous process, and that is definitely going to help you succeed someday in life, and it will take you to new heights. So for sure, these are the two things that I feel are very, very critical. You have to passionately go and vouch for it, run behind it. And I think, I'm sure you'll reach there someday. For some people, it's a little sooner. For some people, it's a little later. But if you consistently follow this, I'm sure you will reach there one day.
It does happen, whatever. So, what do you think? Are there some certain principles that you follow so that you can get into this in a proper, streamlined manner? Do you have certain, say, 5 principles of your life?
So yeah, so basically, I believe 4 pillars are really important. So I have my 4 P's, which are my 4 pillars.
Okay.
Yeah, so I always keep telling everybody from my team as well. It's not only applicable when you are an entrepreneur. Honestly, it's applicable if you really love your work and if you really want to do something. So it could be just doing a small task, or just developing a particular small thing that has been given to you, or designing a screen that has been given to you. But you essentially require 4 things, 4 P's that I call it. So first is passion, like I just said earlier.
True.
Then is perseverance, which obviously you can't just let go of. You have to stick there. You have to stick there, and you have to just be there. Keep doing it again and again, again and again. So perseverance is definitely one thing. Then is the patience. Like I said, you have to stick there. So again, kind of an extension to perseverance. And fourth is, you have to be positive that you will get there. So these are the 4 P's that I believe one should have and one should follow if they really want to do something in life. And like I said, it's not only for entrepreneurs, but for anybody who wishes to do and do something great in life. So
True.
yes.
And I would add the fifth
So
one as pride, that I take pride in whatever I do so that, it gives a boost to all whatever you have worked for. So I think you you can add the fifth one as pride, because
that's
there
true. I
are
agree to
a
that.
lot of ladies, I feel at times, who feel, that, I should put myself second, or I should put myself last, or I should put myself, somewhere little down the ladder where the rest of the priority is concerned. So if you have a lot of pride in what you're doing, I think you would just take yourself forward.
True.
So yeah, that could be one of it.
That's a very interesting thought, Geeta ji. I would definitely add it up to my 4 Ps.
Now 5 Ps. Great. And
Yeah,
what do you,
I have 5 Ps now.
yes.
That's right.
And do
Yeah.
you think now, since we are in Gujarat and we are talking about the women of Gujarat, and we've met a lot of women entrepreneurs of Gujarat, do you think in Gujarat the scene has changed a lot? Even 5 years back, what you saw, or since a decade that you're here, what type of changes have you seen?
Yeah. When obviously we talk about uh, the metro cities that we have, okay, so the culture there has definitely been what we are having right now.
Right now.
So obviously it did take a lot of time to come from there to here. That's a little saddening though, but yes, of course, it is here right now, that I'm sure of, and that I can really vouch for. So, and primarily because I belong to the technology background, and I've always been an engineer and then an MBA in IT, and so I've always been associated with technology, and the way technology has grown in the past decade is really commendable, and and because of technology exposure that was actually missing in two-tier cities like us, like ours, or probably places like Gujarat, which really weren't exposed a lot to a lot of stuff that the metro cities were already exposed to. So thanks to technology, the exposure has gone multifold, and I believe that is a triggering factor which has actually brought us where we are today. And the change that you see in the last 5 years is only because of technology. And I believe now it shouldn't be, now I don't think there will be favorisms in terms of the fact that, oh, people from Mumbai are much better than people from Surat. So, times have changed now, and I believe yes, technology is a very important, is a very crucial factor that has played. This paradigm shift has actually happened because of the growth and the adaptness of technology that people have shown. So yes, I do believe that Gujarat has grown well, and I just see it going up from here, and I'm sure we are at par with the metro cities now.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm
Yes,
really happy about it.
and I think the female resource was so required to be got into this whole stream of business and everything, and now it is there. So yeah, happy for that.
That's true.
Great,
Yeah,
great.
the young generation has really, the younger generation has really picked up well, and they're very passionate about doing something, and so that's definitely there, and that really helps. So men, women, everything as a combined effort, I see it coming up. So yes, and of course, for family businesses also, I see a lot of women who are entering family businesses, which initially was not a regular scenario. So yes, that is also picking up well, and of course, people who want to do something of their own from scratch. So people like tried, so first generation entrepreneurs, as you call it. So there are a lot of first generation entrepreneurs also coming up, and a lot of women are very passionate about doing things and building things. So yes, that's a really good thing. That's amazing.
Great. Lovely. Now let's go to the fast track or the quick questions that I have for you. They are just very simple and just something fun. So if you
Okay.
think some movie is to be made on you, who do you think would play you the best?
So, as in, I mean, are you talking about some actress?
Yeah, which actress do you think would play your role the best? Like you are the character they are supposed to play.
Okay. So I think I'm very fun loving, and I'm very talkative, and also I think Pariniti Chopra comes to my mind firstly. So yeah, I like her. I like her. She's nice.
Which are the three qualities of your parents you have sort of imbibed in you?
Okay, that's an interesting question. Hard work is one, which I've imbibed for sure. Being positive is the second one, and the third one I would say is being patient. So, they're very patient. They handle all situations very patiently. We've seen a lot of ups and downs. So, I've somehow, I'm always calm and composed. So, yeah. So, yes, these are
What
the
do
three
you
things.
think? What do you think when you are alone, say in a car, absolutely alone, and you have to think, and you just
Okay.
it's this time where you. What is the first thing that you think about?
So I think, what is the track that I should play right now? So what's my favorite track?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what is
Yeah.
your favorite track?
That's interesting. I have a lot. I'm a very Bollywoodish person. I'll admit it. I'm not one of those who's crazy about Hollywood or stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, recent times, one of the romantic numbers, "Dil Diya Galla," is one of my favorites. It's been my favorite recently.
Nice. So, do you have any song which you
Yeah.
think describes you?
That's a pretty interesting question. It's something that describes me. Okay. I'm sorry. I'll take that as a pass. I can't think of anything right now. If I'm given choices, yes, I would like to choose if I'm given choices.
Yeah. So, which would you choose? Which song would you choose for yourself?
So honestly, something, I don't know whether it. I mean, it relates to me or not. But songs like the title track of "Bhag Milka Bhag" and "Sultan."
Yeah.
So they
Right.
really give me that energy. So
Right.
I really, yeah. So I really like listening to them at times, and I feel, yes, okay, I'm pumped up. That
Yeah.
adrenaline rush is there somewhere. So yes, you can't say that it describes me, but I
But
definitely,
it
it
helps.
pumps
Yeah.
me up.
Okay. Great. So
Yeah.
now you need to ask me a question because I love giving this Gita Gyan, as I call it.
All right. Okay. All right. So, like, you are an entrepreneur yourself. Okay. So, you interact with entrepreneurs, and you do so many interviews and stuff like that. What is that one thing you ever felt that somebody said something so nice that it just you just liked it, and you put it, अच्छा नहीं, इन्होंने बहुत अच्छा बोला, कुछ एक ऐसी चीज जो आपके दिल को छू गई हो, something like that. And
So
I know that was a little typical, but yeah.
what happens is over the years, I mean, I've been an entrepreneur since the last over 30 years, like 3 decades now. So
Oh
in that,
wow,
it's like,
wow.
sometimes you feel that you've seen it, you've done it, you've been there, all those things. But what I now see is
Right.
the youngsters, what I see now and what I really love and what touches me is that, they are really getting younger and younger as they try to get into
True.
doing businesses or trying to do startups or trying to get into something new or follow their passion. So I feel that when we were young, it was like, you finish school, college, and then you have to either do some masters or something, or you get married, you have your children. Then if you are able to, then you work. So that era was very different. But now the youth are like, from a very young age, they are very focused and they do know where they want to go and how they want to go about it. So I think that is one thing which I really like, which we did not have. I think we didn't have that much understanding and maturity at our, during our times, which the youngsters I see have now.
Hmm.
Probably because of the exposure they have to the world
True.
with the internet and with everything, that the
Exactly.
complete, explosion of content and explosion of things that they are able to pursue and they able to sort of look into and able to sort of understand. So that was not there.
True.
So I think this is something which I really like among the youngsters, as I see them getting younger and younger, and starting from the age of 15 or 18 and 20, and sort of getting into businesses. So I think I would
That's very true.
that one point. Great,
That's
Shalini.
very true.
Now, we want to hear what is your mantra of life before we end this.
Right. So I think I've already mentioned it, in my discussion with you earlier, and it's like, great things do not come from comfort zones.
Right.
So just leave your comfort zone and be passionate about whatever you do. So yes, that's the life mantra that I carry.
Wonderful. So lovely talking to you, Shalini. I wish you all the very best in all the things you have planned for yourself. May you spread over, your business over 5, 10, whatever number of countries that you have wished for. You all the very, very best. And thank you
Yeah.
for speaking to me.
Thank you, Geeta ji. Thank you again for your time and for having me with you. It was really interesting, whatever we spoke about, and
Yes.
I really look forward to having many more such interviews with you.
You.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
bye-bye.
right. Thank you so much. Thank you, and have a great life. Thank you once again.
It was lovely talking to Shalini Punjabi. We just saw how beautifully she has decided what she wants to do in life and how well she has planned where she wants to go 5 years from now. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm going to be back with another episode with another startup. Till then, be fit, take care, and remain awesome.